Hello, Laker fans. My name is Kobe Sato, and welcome to the Laker Holics live postgame podcast. You can join us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Well, let's get right into it. So, the Lakers have won their second game in a row to the New Orleans Pelicans tonight at Crypto.com Arena with a final score of 106 to 105 in overtime, by a late night three in regulation, forcing overtime by Matt Ryan. So, man, very impressed with what I saw tonight from them, or at least in terms of the first half. Um, the third quarter, the Lakers didn't really play that well. They lost 35 to 26 in the quarter, and then in the fourth, they actually lost in the fourth to 26 to 24. But the Lakers came out victorious in overtime, 105 to 106. Um, Leading scorers in the game tonight, Lonnie Walker had 28 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, and Zion Williams for the Pelicans had 27 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. It felt like the Lakers couldn't even stop Zion tonight. They kept on letting him go left and get to the rim and just get easy layups. So very fortunate for the Lakers to get away with that victory. Down the stretch, LeBron keeps on holding the ball just backcourt and lets time go to waste, and um, the ball doesn't move, and then LeBron usually takes ill-advised shots down the stretch, whether if it's a three or a bad turnaround jumper, like we saw like in the loss to Denver. Um, so I definitely don't like seeing the ball so stagnant down coming down the wire for the Lakers, especially with LeBron just holding it with other players moving, and he just stays behind the 3-point line and usually shoots a three. So the Lakers were very fortunate tonight to be able to escape that. Want to go over just some of um, the stats for tonight. So let me refresh this for you guys. Sorry, one moment. Okay. So we look at the stats tonight for the Lakers. LeBron James had played 40 minutes along with Lonnie Walker for the leads and minutes tonight. Lonnie Walker again finished with the most points tonight at 28 points. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist. This was Russell Westbrook's third game coming off the bench. So far, the Lakers are 2-1 since he's came off the bench. He's looked pretty good so far within his role coming off the bench. I mean, he's playing starting minutes though. He played 25 minutes tonight. He had a solid 13 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. He shot pretty efficient from the field, 6 for 10. That's like what we want to see from Russ in terms of just really having an efficient impact on the court. He was plus minus 4 in the game. So nice to see him in the positive section for sure, in the plus and minus. Um, LeBron James, you could tell something's not right with him with his left foot. You could tell it's aggravating him. He played 40 minutes still, led the Lakers in terms of minutes along with Lonnie Walker. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. LeBron was not efficient tonight. He went 9 for 23. He shot 0 for 7 from the 3-point line, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 2 blocks. His plus and minus was 5 points. He had 2 turnovers. Russ led the team tonight in turnovers with 6. So overall, a win is a win. So definitely love that the Lakers came out on top in that game. The Lakers are now 2-5 in the season. They're now 2-2 at home, 0-3 on the road. To a tough Pelicans team who, by the way, didn't have Brandon Ingram tonight, which Brandon Ingram has been averaging 22 points over the 3 games that he's played within the season. So definitely the Pelicans missed him tonight. But JTA tonight, he was supposed to have a comeback. He didn't end up having any minutes per coach's decision. 5 Lakers were in double digits tonight. Anthony Davis, Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, and LeBron James and Russell Westbrook were in double figures tonight. There was 3 players over 20 points tonight: AD, LeBron, and Lonnie Walker. Um, Going over the stats again. Um, Looking at the field goals for this game, the Lakers didn't shoot too bad. They shot 46% from the field. The 3-point percentage is still a concern. They shot 10 for 36 from the field at 28%. Um, that's about the average that Darvin Ham said that he wants to see the Lakers shooting, around 43s a game. And right now, the Lakers still are not a great 3-point shooting team at all. Again, the league average is 35%. So definitely to see more improvement in terms of shooting on this Laker roster. So we'll see how this plays out. So far, the last 2 games, Russell Westbrook has looked pretty good. Playing on the Lakers, coming off the bench, going over his stats a little bit. Let's check him out. See schedule. Okay. Versus Sacramento, versus Denver, versus New Orleans. Okay, it doesn't have the stats here for that. Let's go. Roster, Pelicans. Okay, I'll pull that up in a little bit, but also just want to talk about the other stats within tonight. The Lakers had 51 rebounds, or I'm sorry, 56 rebounds to the Pelicans 51. So like what I saw tonight from Anthony Davis having 16 rebounds, that was a big contribution for sure to the Lakers win tonight. The Lakers came into this game 5th in terms of pace. So definitely, if you're playing with a lot of pace going back and forth on the court, the Lakers definitely should have focused on rebounding. And with Zion Williamson in the game today, who had foul trouble throughout the game, credit to Anthony Davis, of course. Lakers were able to pull out of this one. So definitely love what I saw from him there regarding that. Here, let me pull up again the stats for tonight's game. But yeah, I wanted to, well, as I'm doing that, I want to talk about what I saw from Lonnie Walker tonight. Um, Lonnie Walker again with a game high, 28 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I like what I saw from terms from the field tonight. I've been talking about the last few post game shows how Lonnie Walker he's getting his points up but not efficiently. So I like for sure what I saw from him tonight in terms of him behind the 3-point line tonight. He shot 5 for 9 from the 3-point line. So over 50% for sure. He was a +8 for the game tonight. So Lonnie Walker was definitely a big piece to the Lakers win tonight. And a lot of people are proving me wrong. Lonnie Walker is able to shoot the ball. The first few games with the Lakers, he was really struggling to shoot. So definitely love what I saw tonight from him in terms of shooting. But yeah, interesting to see now what the Lakers do moving forward. With Russ playing well coming off the bench, if I'm sure that's gonna put his trade value up. Whether if the Lakers even still look to trade him, or maybe they look to maybe keep him and have him come off the bench and see how the wave rides out. Um, in my opinion, I would still trade Russ. With his trade value being high, or with it going up with him playing well. I think maybe with the Indiana deal, with Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, maybe you can just add 1 first-round pick instead of maybe both first-round picks, and at least then you still have some type of flexibility in terms of power and able to make some type of moves moving forward, even just with another pick, since the Lakers have pretty much mortgaged their whole future to the Pelicans, who they just played tonight. So, meaning because of the Anthony Davis trade, If the Lakers don't do well this season, and some people are saying tank for Wembanyama, the Lakers actually can't, because if they get the first pick in the draft this year, that pick goes to the New Orleans Pelicans because of the trade. They have a pick swap with the Lakers this year. So physically impossible for the Lakers to end up getting Wembanyama, even if they play terrible this season and they tank. So another reason why the Lakers don't want to not play well, and they want to have a good season, because the Lakers literally can't mortgage anything if they play bad. So um, definitely a reason to smile after this Laker game for sure with the win. Um, I kind of want to talk about Patrick Beverley for a bit. I feel like I haven't really seen for $15 million a year the type of play that I've been wanting to see from him. Um, Tonight he had a total of 0 points with 27 minutes. He had 4 rebounds. He had a couple of clutch rebounds in the fourth quarter and in overtime, though. When I talked about when LeBron was shooting ill-advised bad threes, I feel like Patrick Beverley was there pretty much every time to get a rebound. He had 3 assists. He shot 0 for 3 from the field. He didn't shoot a 3 tonight, which, not going to lie, I kind of like that. But he had 2 turnovers tonight. Plus minus, he was still +7 on the court tonight. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if maybe the Lakers, in terms of trades, they should see what they can get for Patrick Beverley, maybe for $15 million, maybe as the trade deadline approaches around Thanksgiving, as teams look to offload contracts, and when teams know that they're not really in a position to win anymore, that's when usually they trade away their veteran players. So hopefully by then we see some type of production from him. But from what I'm seeing this season so far, he's not looking great. His stats so far this season, he's played 6 games. He's averaging 5.3 points per game, 2 assists, 2.8 assists per game, 3.8 rebounds. He's shooting 28% from the field, which is terrible. He's 19% from 3-point range, and he's a 35% 3-point shooter for his career. So the Lakers need shooting, and he's not providing that on the court. Again, he brought energy tonight. I feel like that he was a big part of the Lakers winning this game tonight with his clutch rebounds coming down the stretch. But also there was a play down in the fourth, I believe with 1:30 left in the game. He shot a ill-advised floater that just was terrible, barely hit iron. So not a great look for him for sure. But yeah, I wanna talk about Zion Williamson, who this is his comeback season. He had an injury last season. He looked pretty well. He played 36 minutes. He had 27 points tonight, 5 rebounds. He had 7 assists. He shot 11 for 21 from the field. I felt like he was killing the Lakers down in the paint. The Lakers just let him go left every single time, and it was good finally seeing in the fourth quarter, seeing Darvin Ham making an adjustment, which I feel like Frank Vogel didn't really do last season. I feel like when that instance, if like Zion was to go off with his left hand for like 4 straight possessions, it would just continue with Frank Vogel. But with Darvin Ham, you saw an adjustment. So definitely love to see that. But at the press right now, we have Anthony Davis speaking.
He was talking to, I'm not sure. And Matt did what he do, made the 3 and sent it to overtime.
AD, this is 2 wins in a row. Exciting fashion. The first one's your coach's first win of his career. Second one, you have a guy who was just trying to claw his way into the NBA, being the hero. How do you take this moment you're in and use it to benefit the team's success moving forward?
Just keep this feeling. Gave up a 16-point lead. Just kept fighting, and trying to stay in this moment of remembering how winning feels. We want to continue to do it. Like I say, I mean, for Matt to come in and it's a big time shot. You know, all the guys are engaged. You know, staying ready, locked in, and that's what we're doing. We know that, our defense was doing this job. We just need our offense to catch up, and it's starting to click. We're starting to find things, find rotations, find situations where we're really good, and guys are staying ready, coming in, playing well. So, we're starting to put everything together.
Before Matt hit that shot, you guys hadn't had a field goal in 3 minutes, and then the last two possessions before that weren't able to score. After that, in the overtime, you and LeBron obviously found some rhythm. What changed schematically or in terms of your approach to getting points in the overtime period?
I think towards the end of the fourth, we got good looks, guys missed shots. But, we know that, me and Bron's pick and roll, is really good. And then we found something in overtime with, trying to get CJ in it, so whether it's Bron or whoever CJ was guarding screening for Bron, now he has to switch with CJ, then I'm coming to screen. Or it might just be small pick and roll with Bron handling, so just trying to find, where CJ guy was and make him have to guard, the pick and roll. And we start getting, what we wanted. So that's really it, just trying to, figure out who the guy is we want to attack and make reads out of it.
AD, you guys kind of took control of the game in the second quarter when you closed with the 17-2 run to go into halftime. What do you remember from that stretch, and what particularly was working for you guys at that time?
Defense. We gave up a 17-point quarter defensively in the second quarter, so I think defense is our, it's what we lay our hats on right now, and we did a great job of that in the second quarter, going around and then scoring 33 in the second, so like I said, we're starting to put all the pieces together, putting everything together on both ends of the floor, but no matter what, we're going to rely on our defense, and that's what we did in that second quarter.
Hey, AD, before the game, Darvin talked about challenging you to take on a bigger leadership role with this team. How do you feel that kind of interaction has gone, and do you feel like this year's been any different in that way for you with the Lakers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly trying to, elevate my leadership role, each and every year, each and every game. Talking to the young guys, being vocal in film, you do that again, we got to get you tested. Talking to Bron, talking to Pat, talking to the older guys, talking to the coaching staff, just trying to figure out everything as far as game plan, watching film, and just trying to see how we can get better. I'm heavily involved in a lot of things around the organization, so it's kind of like a responsibility of mine to kind of, take that leadership role. And kind of take some of it off of Bron, but we, all of us, are leaders. Me, Bron, Russ, Pat, as the older guys, constantly talking to the young guys and the coaching staff about different things, different schemes, different game plans, and just go from there. But making sure that I try to be more vocal and more of a leader, especially in certain situations.
Last question, Kyle.
Hey, it wouldn't be a press conference if I didn't ask you about your back, but is that improving at all? Did the 2 days between games help it, and what's going on there?
It's great.
All right, that's Anthony Davis from the post-game press conference following a win against the Pelicans. He had 20 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 8 for 17 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He had assists, 4 blocks, 5 offensive rebounds. He was a +9 from the field. So definitely like what I saw from Anthony Davis tonight. It was a well-balanced game. Just something that stood out to me from that press conference is just him talking about taking that role and being that 1A player to the Batman to LeBron now on the roster. when we saw the championship in 2020, LeBron was kind of that 1A guy, and after the plan was for Anthony Davis to be that 1A guy and have him pass the baton to him, but over the years we haven't really seen the fruition of that happen yet. And I think this season we're gonna have to see that from Anthony Davis, because LeBron's in his 20th season, 37 years old. He's not going to be able to be as productive every game that we've seen probably within the last few seasons of him. We can already kind of see him starting to age this season a little bit. He's not as effective on the floor. He hasn't put his full stamp on the game like he usually does. He puts up numbers, but statistically he's not having a great season. He's probably second worst statistically to his rookie season, which is saying a lot about him. But yeah, talking about Anthony Davis, he scored at least 20 points in every game so far this season. He had 27 against the Warriors. He had 25 against the Clippers, 22 against the Blazers, 22 against Denver, 23 again against Denver, and then 20 tonight against the Pelicans. So I definitely want to see AD be consistently having at least 25 points a game. He's able to do that in his sleep. Darvin Ham talked about that pregame before the Laker game, saying about him, he's just really focused on being available for us, and this is also him on playing through his back injuries. The things we do, a lot of it is mental, but we're really efficient with our practice time and what we do during practice. Everything has a time clock put to it. We get in and get out with drills very quickly, and we have an array of items on our menu for practice that we can go through and hit home pretty quick on what we want to show them and how we want them to respond. We show them the good, the bad, and how we can constantly make adjustments to be even better at what we're doing and correct some things as well. But his focus, again, just doing all the treatment and all these stretches, his diet and all of that, just being locked in that fashion. The kid can play, and this is what I was talking about. He can get 20 and 10 in his sleep, but the biggest thing with him, again, is him not just being available, but being available at a high level. Yeah, his back situation is something we definitely need to manage, but as we mentioned before, it's something that he's not going to worsen himself by anything that he's doing. He's certainly exerting high levels of energy, but he's determined and focused to really play and be available for us as many games as possible. So you just see the determination in him. And that was Darvin Ham pregame on Anthony Davis. So definitely need to see more production out of AD. I feel like the 2 to 5 start, everyone is putting a blame on Russell Westbrook, but I think a lot of people have to look at Anthony Davis as well. He has not played up to par at Anthony Davis level. I mean, when the Lakers traded for him, people were saying you were getting a top 5 player, some people top 10, and right now you can't even debate if he's a top 10 player. But now at the press, we have Russell Westbrook speaking.
Sure about the team, but I'm extremely happy for Matt. Knowing his story a little bit, opportunity to see things come to fruition for him. Amazing moment. I'm happy to be able to see that, for him.
Russ, the last couple games, you guys got a couple wins, and y'all got to spend some time off the court with one another. Does it feel like things are progressing, even night and day between now and a week ago? And if things are feeling good, what do you do to sustain this momentum?
Just keep competing.
Kyle.
Russ, when you came in the game in the first quarter, obviously there was some tough shooting nights for some guys. What were you trying to bring, and especially in that first half, what was really grooving for you tonight?
Just competing.
Dan.
Russ, you said that twice now. We've heard you say that before to us. Is that defensively? Is that playing with pace offensively? You guys have been able to kind of author a couple of these stretches now. I mean, I'm going to try to make you say more than just competing.
No, don't. You trying to make it about you. But go ask your question, man. I know I said it twice.
No, I mean, I'm asking you, like, I mean, what is in those stretches, like, more specifically?
I don't know. I know that we compete on both ends. I know that's what I'm doing, and that's all I can do.
Melissa?
Hey, Russ. You're plus 18 over the last 2 games.
Yeah.
What feels right to you right now?
Just trying to be who I am, impacting the game on both sides, defending at a high level, doing what I do best with the ball, and the rest is taking care of itself.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook.
Yeah.
And that was Russell Westbrook following the post game from the Lakers win to the Pelicans. Beat them with a final score of 117 to 120. Based off of Matt Ryan 3 to force OT with the final seconds running down. Literally, Matt Ryan didn't play the rest of the game. Matt Ryan is the highest shooting Laker in terms of 3-point range right now at 45%. 3-point field goal percentage, which is the highest on the roster right now. So definitely love what I saw from him tonight with that big 3. Talking about Russell Westbrook, he's been playing better since coming off the bench. So far this season, he's averaging 13.4 points per game, 4.8 assists, 7.2 rebounds. His 3-point percentage went up from 8% to 20%. So, I mean, better than 8%, but 20% still pretty terrible. But I want to talk about him the last 3 games coming off the bench. The last 3 games today against the Pelicans, he played 25 minutes with 13 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. He was efficient from the floor, shooting 6 for 10 tonight. He shot 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. He was plus 4 in the game. Last game against Denver on the 30th, he played 31 minutes, also with the Laker win. He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. He shot 6 for 12 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He shot 2 for 4 from 3, which is 50%, which is pretty good. He had 3 turnovers in the game, half of what he had tonight. So definitely want to see a cleanup there with him protecting the ball a little more. He was plus 18 last game. So I believe he had the highest plus minus in the game last game at 18. Before that, the first game when he came off the bench at Minnesota, he played 32 minutes. So he's playing anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes a game. He did before too. But he had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He didn't have as an efficient night. He shot 6 for 17 from the line, 5 for 10 from the free throw line. He went 1 for 4 from 3 again, which was what he did tonight. He had 1 steal and 1 block. He did have 5 turnovers that day, so his plus and minus that game was 0. So plus minus over the last 3 games tonight versus the Pelicans, 4, against Denver 18, and then against Minnesota at 0. The previous games before that, just going off the plus and minus on basketball analytics, October 23rd against Portland, which was the last game he was a starter, he was -4 on the floor. And opening night against the Clippers, he was -6. Or not, that's not opening night at home. And then opening night at Chase Center for the Warriors opening night, he went -6. So definitely an improvement in terms of the minutes that we're seeing on the floor for Russell Westbrook. I need to see when there's some resistance, because right now the Lakers are playing well. They're winning with him coming off the bench. But what's it going to be like when Russ isn't playing well and the other players are playing well and they win, or even if they lose? How is Russell Westbrook going to react to that? that's really something that I want to see, and I'm sure other GMs are seeing what the Lakers are seeing on how he'll play and react. So far, he's been doing everything that the Lakers are asking him to do. He's been a little passive aggressive in terms of his hamstring injury, but overall, like what I've been seeing so far from him. But now we have Darvin Ham at the press conference.
Game, I hadn't brought out my ATO card with me, but I think it saved me a little bit because instead of standing there with limited time, studying, having like probably about 4 or 5 need 3 plays on my card, it would have leaked over into me getting into the huddle in a timely manner, getting the guys on the floor that I wanted on the floor, who's taking it out, I knew, well, I kind of just felt in my gut that, they know Matt is a threat to shoot it, but I will be using him as some type of decoy for someone else. But the play was definitely intended for him. Austin threw a hell of a pass, and we were fortunate because, we felt kind of terrible to be in that position after the way we had played for, that stretch in early in the second half where we built a pretty good lead and couldn't build on it. They crept back into the game, highly competitive ball club, very well coached. But yeah, I just wanted Matt to be in position to just throw one up there and hopefully go in.
Darvin, a couple of tough losses early this season. Now you kind of, as you said, you kind of get this one back when it seemed like it might have slipped away. How do you feel like you can use that moving forward?
I mean, I told the team afterward, I think each and every one of them in the lineup, that limited minutes, no minutes, the way that we stood together and the way we supported one another, it showed a lot of grit, a lot of toughness, a lot of character for us not to fold at that moment. We felt like we could have got a couple of whistles. That didn't happen. We made some errors, offensively after getting stop after stop after stop. And we complained, but we never got disappointed and hung our heads. We moved on to the next play pretty successfully in terms of putting the energy in the right spots. And we were able to, it's sometimes losing a lead, even if it's 12, 13, 14 points, losing a lead of 16 points in the second half and trying to close out a game and hopefully build a cushion early in the second half and to not do that. A lot of teams don't come back from that. And I think our group, just being a new group together, obviously certain guys have been here already, but pretty much a new group, new coaching staff. I thought the energy was right. Everything that was being said on the sideline was totally motivational and positive. And the guys reacted and they received it and they went out and executed when they needed to.
I'm excited about this.
That was Darvin Ham from the press conference following the Lakers win to the Pelicans 120-117. Darvin Ham saying that he one of his goals this year is to get him meaning Russell Westbrook in the conversation for 6th man of the year so far, and why not start now? So encouraging words from what we heard from Russell. I'm not Russell Westbrook, from Darvin Ham tonight. Looking over now at the Lakers, let me pull it up for you guys. The Lakers stats for this season. So the Lakers currently are leading the league right now in terms of pace. They're first right now at 104.1. So like what I talked about, teams Russell Westbrook are on, they're going to be high in pace. But actually now we have Matt Ryan speaking at the press conference now.
I was just glad I didn't step out of bounds or on the line. Glad it was a 3. Glad it went in, and I was just glad that we had 5 more minutes to try and get a win. So
obviously, shooters are shooters. Shooters shoot. What does this do for you, though? Your confidence as you go forward. My confidence is when it comes to shooting is unwavering. I mean, I wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. After the past year and a half, 2 years I've had, I wouldn't be able to play at this level if I didn't think I could. So,
I wasn't making a lot of shots all game. I had, I think 3 or 4 in and outs. And, I'm just thankful, Coach gave me another opportunity to hit a 3 at the end to send it to OT.
Darvin's talked a lot about guys accepting their roles to try to help the group succeed.
Yep.
And you come in for that 1.6, whatever it was, hit the shot, and then you're not out there to start overtime. Yep. Is that emblematic of, do what you're asked of and still staying part of it?
100%. Do your job. If I see my name on the board, I'm in. If my name isn't on the board, I'm not in. And if I'm in, I got to go hard. If I'm not in, I got to cheer my teammates on. So, I'm not in a position to demand 30 nights a game or 15 shots a game. I'm going to take what I get and do the best I can with it.
All of pro sports is super hard, right? You're playing against another group of professionals, and everything is, you guys just easily could have had Daniels hit a free throw, and you get a chance to do it. But having kind of stolen a win from the jaws of defeat, how do you think you guys can build on the momentum as a group?
I think, whenever you can get a win in the NBA, you're going to take it, no matter how you get it. We could have easily won a couple of games that we lost. So, we're just going to keep trying to build on winning. We're going to watch film on, winning plays and try to do those over and over again. And, I think we're going to have a lot of success this year.
Questions for you. How many texts did you have on your phone after the game?
I don't know. A lot.
And considering everything that you've gone through to get to where you are right now, was that kind of the biggest pinch me moment of your entire career?
I mean, up to this point, absolutely. Last year in the G League, I had a couple opportunities to send games into OT or win it, and I was like 0 for 3 doing those shots. I had a good shot in summer league to win a game, and then this is definitely the biggest shot of my life so far. But hopefully there's a bunch more to come.
To any level, you never hit either a game tie or a game winner at the buzzer?
It's crazy. Like, I can't remember the last time I hit a game winner or sent a game into OT, except the past few months. I made 2 of them. So, I don't remember any in high school. I don't remember any in college. And then just this past couple months, ball's going in.
Darvin was just telling us that after, I guess you went 1 for 6 in the first half, and he said you went up to him and told him, give me those 6 looks and I'll make them.
I'll make 5 of them. Didn't have it, but I made the most important ones. So, I had great looks in the first half. I couldn't ask for better looks. My teammates were finding me getting wide open shots. I saw a bunch go in and out, so I knew I was going to make a couple eventually if I got that opportunity again. So, again, just extremely thankful. I can't show enough gratitude to Coach Ham for, putting me in a position to succeed right there.
That was Matt Ryan, who had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He was -7 from the game, but again had that big 3-pointer to send the game into overtime. If you look at the stats this season so far, this game he shot 33.3% from the 3-point line tonight. Over the regular season so far, again, he's the Lakers' highest shooting three-point shooter at 54.5%. So definitely love what I saw tonight with him to be able to tie the game up for the Lakers. Big play from him for sure. I really want to talk about next game, who they play the Utah Jazz. So let's go ahead and pull up their information real quick for you guys. The Utah Jazz, they're a surprise team this season. They're currently 3rd in the Western Conference. They're 6-2. They won the last 2 games. Everyone thought they're going to be a tanking team this season. Even Danny Ainge, the new manager for the Utah Jazz, doesn't look too happy with them winning so much games that they're winning right now. So very interesting to see what Utah's been doing this season. Right now, they're currently tied for 9th for points per game. They're 1st in assists, so definitely defense is going to be a big thing for the Lakers. Next game going against the Utah Jazz. Lauri Markkanen is hooping right now. He's averaging 22 points, 9 rebounds. Mike Conley's been putting in work with assists with the games that he's been in. Jordan Clarkson, former Laker, he's putting up about 16.5 points. The Lakers made the trade with Utah for Taylor Horton Tucker. He's averaging 7.6 for Patrick Beverly, which, man, I wish I had that trade back because Patrick Beverly ain't it, or at least he's not it right now. Still hopeful he could turn it around, but right now he's not looking too great. So, yeah, that's looking forward to the next game against the Utah Jazz. Definitely hoping for another big game from Anthony Davis for sure. Looking at the Lakers' stats after this game, they're currently ranked first in terms of pace in the league. In points per game, they dropped to 29th. The person who's dead last now is actually the Clippers. So, love to hear that. The Lakers are still dead last in three-point field goal percentage at 26.6%. The Lakers are fifth in rebounding, so not too bad there when you have Anthony Davis on the roster. And pretty disappointed with the centers so far that we have on the Lakers with Damian Jones and Thomas Bryant, who's been hurt. But he hasn't looked too good in the preseason and in the first couple of games he played during the regular season. So definitely probably need to make a trade to also get some coverage at the 5 spot, especially if Anthony Davis is hurt. So definitely we'll have to see there. But looking at different NBA scores throughout the night, we had the Wizards beat the 76ers tonight. That's a surprise. The Hawks beat the Knicks 112-99. The Celtics lost to the Cavs in a close one in overtime, 114-113. The Heat 110 to the Kings 107. The Bucks 116 to the Pistons 91. The Bulls beat the Hornets tonight 106-88. The Raptors beat the Spurs tonight 143-100. The Clippers beat the Rockies tonight 109-101. The Mavs barely got through Utah tonight. They beat them by 3 points, who the Lakers play next. The Grizzlies outscored the Blazers tonight 111-106, and then your Lakers beat the Pelicans 120-117 tonight. So yeah, definitely what I saw tonight from the Lakers in terms of a win. Definitely hope to see hopefully another win to a tough Utah Jazz team. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Let's see what the comparisons look in terms of next game for them. Let's see. Again, talking about pace, the Lakers are first in pace. Utah is 10th, so expect kind of up and down game for sure. Lakers are 29th in field goal percentage. Utah doesn't really shoot that well either. They're in the middle of the NBA at 19th. Let's see their 3-point percentage. Again, the Lakers don't really shoot great from the 3-point line. Utah is kind of in the middle. Rebounding, they're pretty even so far, but with Anthony Davis on this roster, I expect him to have a big game and hopefully play great defense on Markkanen, who's the current best player on that roster. So hopefully we can go and contain them. Offensive rebounds, the Lakers are currently 12th or 21st in the NBA right now. The Utah Jazz rank 4th, so definitely want to keep them off the glass. And so the Lakers bigs are gonna have some work in for sure that they're gonna have to prepare for next game. The Utah Jazz are also 5th in assists, so definitely got to watch out on defense for them. Their defensive ranking, they are top 10. They're 8th, but the Lakers are currently 3rd in defense. So definitely love what I saw what I see in terms of Darvin Ham's defense. His stamp that he's putting on this team this season. I feel like at least for Frank Vogel, who's supposed to be a defensive coach, you didn't really see that last season, especially when the Lakers would struggle to score the ball. But this season, even when they do struggle to score the ball or just not make shots, I feel like they've gotten good shots. they still have managed to play good defense. Um, hearts out for sure to Darvin Ham for keeping the Lakers accountable in terms of the defensive end for sure. Next thing I wanted to get into was Dennis Schroeder. He was seen around the Lakers facility shooting on his impaired left hand that he had surgery on. That's very encouraging news for the Lakers, who already have a lot of guards on their roster and playing. So I have no idea how the minutes are going to be spread out. With Dennis Schroeder coming back, I would assume he would probably be in the starting lineup. Probably remove Patrick Beverley, so probably have a starting lineup of Austin Reeves, have Schroeder at the point. I would have LeBron, Lonnie Walker, and then I would have AD at the 5. So that would probably be my starting 5 moving forward when Dennis Schroeder does come back. You get some quickness, you get some defense in terms of the point guard position. Dennis Schroeder's a great hustler. He's not a great 3-point shooter throughout his career. So definitely we'll have to see how that plays out, and especially Russ's morale after that, to see how he ends up playing and looking, and if his confidence still stays up with Schroeder possibly coming back and being in the starting lineup. So looking forward to that. Great news on that. He sounds like he's ahead of schedule. So we'll have to see moving forward how that looks for them. Wanting to also get into the Lakers next, or the Lakers currently rank at in the conference. So let's go ahead and pull it up for you guys. So right now the Suns are first in the West. The play-in game starts at 7 and 8. So right now the Nuggets, Thunder, Mavs, and Timberwolves are all in contention right now for the play-in. The Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Spurs, the Jazz, the Blazers, and the Suns all currently have a way early spot in the playoffs. Right now outside of the play-in contention is the Clippers, who a lot of people projected to win the championship this year. They're currently 4-4. The Warriors, they're currently 3-5. If the Lakers win another game, they're literally tied with the world champs record. Crazy. A lot of teams struggling right out the gate, not just the Lakers. So a lot of hope there. So it's a long season. I remember I believe it was 2018 or 2019. I remember that the Blazers were first in the conference for probably the first 15 games. And then when the playoffs came, I believe they were in the play-in game. So there's 82 games within the NBA season. It's a long season. So definitely a lot of games for the Lakers to go back to 500 and get back into play-in contention, which is where I think the Lakers will finish the season. But if not, some people have them ranked even high up to 6. So definitely looking forward to seeing what the Lakers do next game against Utah. But now we currently have LeBron at the presser.
Darvin's coming in and calling the play, calling Matt's number, and what was your perspective on it?
I've definitely been on both sides of that. San Antonio kind of ran that play in Game 6 of a finals game, and Chris Bosh was able to get the block. When I was in Miami, Boston ran it versus us. Jeff Green hit a game winner versus us with the pass over the top. So it was a great play call by Coach. And to have a sniper like Matt to knock it down, stay ready. Big time shot for him. He got so many great looks tonight, but it didn't lose his focus. We want him to shoot the ball every time he gets it. If he has any little airspace, we want him to shoot it because his ability to shoot. So big time moment for our team early on in the season.
Okay.
LeBron, Juan told us a story at shoot around this morning that recently you were talking to the group, I think on a bus ride, and said something along the lines of it's never as bad as it